Yeah, thank you, Johan, for invitation to this session, and I appreciate this opportunity to show that what is possible and what we are currently doing and implementing towards this target. So let me introduce, I'm Igor Kocis, I'm a founder of Geothermal Anywhere Drilling company. I would start with this, that if we can imagine that all the people, all the communities around the world have the access to affordable and clean energy, then you can do a lot of things that are today impossible. It means that if you have enough cheap energy, you are able to have access to the learning, education, you can build a clean environment, of course, clean water, clean food, healthy food. And these are all the necessary prerequisites to the higher quality of life. And that's something when we are watching the future for the energy in the next 10 to 30 years, that in a Western world like we have Europe or US is mostly about efficiency, but if you look to the India or China, it is about, and Africa as well, it is about the significant need of the new energy that should be concluded and realized in next 10 to 20 years. And just looking to the numbers that are today official prediction of international energy agencies and other bodies, it shows that this 2 degrees target that was set in Paris and in the other agreements is very hardly to be met without very significant changes in the in approach and in the technologies and in investments that should be done. Because currently it shows that if we continue in the way that we are adopting currently the renewables, even we are not able to close the gap that is between the need of the energy and the potential that we can deliver. Today's world is based on fossil fuels, and number one task what we have in a short term today is how we can retrofit and fully replace the worst sources of the energy, like the coal energy and the others, and to be able to do it one-to-one. It means in the way that we don't have some other problems that we will create with this retrofitting, but we will be able to have the clean source. We are doing a lot of work in the area of the energies that are today visible, accessible, like wind and solar. They are able to close significant part of this gap and this problem, but still is then the missing the significant area when the sources are not available, and mostly when the situation is that they are intermittent, and therefore we have to cover also the energy during the winter, during the night, and during the time when we have increased need of the energy comparing to the existing renewable possibilities in the regions. And the question is that if there is some other solution that can help and can close this energy mix in the way that is bringing this missing element. And we found it, and we decade ago, we started our journey to build a geothermal anywhere company. We looked under our feet and we found that the geothermal energy is really the source of the energy that is currently very limited to only places when you have volcanoes. This source of the energy is everywhere. Just some numbers that more than 99% of the earth is more than 1000 centigrades hot, and we are freezing in the winter, we are burning the oil, and we are not able to use it. Our simple idea was, if we want to copy paste something like Iceland everywhere, we need to get this energy to us in the way that will be affordable. Currently, the basic advantage of the geothermal is that the geothermal energy is the baseload energy and is available everywhere. So you can drill to some depth and you can get 100, 200, 300 centigrades, depends on how deep you are going. The biggest problem today is the cost. If you want to go deep for the efficient energy, then you have the problem. If you look to the map of the Europe, for example, on the left side, you see what's in today's situation is relatively cold, and you are able to dig to the energies that are good for the energy production. Only in very specific places is less than 3% of the earth. If you are able to go deeper to 5 to 10 kilometers, you can have it in 70% of the areas. It means that you can bring Iceland wherever you want. Today's problem is the cost, and cost is fully related to the drilling. We did a lot of work and R&D and cooperation with the drilling existing industry. The biggest problem of today's mechanical drilling approach is that from some third, fourth kilometer, all the system is very expensive, and the growth of the cost depends on the depth, and it's exponential. It means every meter drilled is more and more expensive. It means that if you are going deeper, then the projects are totally unfeasible. And the question is if there is some solution to overcome this biggest obstacle of geothermal that lasts for 100 years. And we found this answer is in a new way of drilling. We developed, invented, and now are testing with industry partners the plasma bead technology. Plasma bead uses different approach as the mechanical drilling. You can imagine very hot stream of the water, like plasma, that is hitting the rock. The material is immediately cracked, and you can drill then much faster, much cheaper, and much deeper than it is today for a good price. And here our outcome, what is from that, we can significantly put down the cost of the drilling, and therefore to enable the projects like are in Iceland, wherever you decide. What you can do with the geothermal, just imagine simple that you will drilling at least 2 wells. When you are circulating the water, water is bringing then the hot energy from the earth under our feet. You can charge directly then the power plant. You can use it for heat. You can use it for the electricity. And of course, you can do very cheap applications that are using this spare energy, like farming, desalination, greenhouses. So you can build all the communities around. And that's example how you can see in Iceland, that biggest producer of bananas in Europe is Iceland, because they have the greenhouses. And what is most important is cheaper than the fossil fuel, and that's a competitive edge. Just imagine you want to scale it to the global scale. What does it mean? If you look, for example, for next 20 years, there is more than 6,000 gigawatts of the energy that are needed for next 20 years to be plugged into the grids, to the system. Just taking example of taking 1,000 gigawatts as the geothermal source that we can cover, is about 150,000 wells. This number looks like big, but if you compare it with today's drilling industry, what is for oil and gas, is less than 10% of today's capacity of the drilling industry. So the potential is here very good, because now, as you know, the oil and gas industry is desperately looking for the new solutions. They want to get rid of the uncertainty there and look for the renewables. So we see it also as a very good pathway for transformation of the oil companies. And now the final point, what is our target? Our target is change this initial picture that is not able today to cover even the situation that is connected with the new sources, with a third very strong source of the geothermal, that in the investments that are possible to be done in a similar way, maybe just a fraction of that as it was to the wind and solar, I think that geothermal as a proven source can do the miracles. And therefore also with the help of Jochen now, we are entering the stage when we are finalizing our technology and testing to the field and to the pilot. And in the next 2 years, we want to be ready for the piloting. And then after the successful showcase of the pilot, potentially here in Central Europe, we will be able then to scale it up with existing drilling industry. And that's our absolute goal. So you are invited, and I will be happy to share more with you with this opportunity. Thanks.